This laptop is 3 years old. No dedicated graphics card, just the integrated chip every business laptop already has. And right now, it's running a capable AI model with a Wi-Fi switched off. No cloud, no internet, nothing leaving the building. If you're ever worried about what happens to client data when someone in your team pastes it into ChatGPT, this is the answer. I'm V from Agentic Lab. We help consultancies make AI work so your team can deliver without handing your client data to whatever's cheapest on this month. No hype, just what this machine can handle and what it can't. So here's what we're working with. A 3-year-old ThinkPad. It's Intel i7, 16GB of RAM, and crucially, no dedicated graphics card. The graphics here is integrated, the same Intel chip that ships in most business laptops. There's a good chance someone in your office is already using one like this, or maybe even better. The software is free and it's called LM Studio. It's 100% free, including for commercial use, and also completely open source. So how do you start? You open lmstudio.ai, and then because I'm on Windows, I go download for Windows. I'll download the latest package. Let's get that installed. The installation is super simple. Bottom left, click on this little icon, and we're gonna look for Gemma 3NE4B and click download. Here we are, model downloaded. Press use in the new chat. The model will get loaded. Model loaded successfully. And we are ready to go. The model I've loaded is Google Gemma 3NE4B, the version that Google built specifically to run on everyday devices. This is not a cut-down toy. It's a few gigabytes and downloaded once, and from that point, it never needs the internet again. Now that's the bit we're starting with. Now to prove there is no trickery, let me prepare the laptop for our test. First, we're going to load the model. You can see all the parameters I've currently selected here. We're going to run with a only small context of 8,000. That's already plenty for many small use cases. I'm gonna click the load the model, and I'm gonna go in and I will switch to airplane mode so it's completely unplugged. And you could see I've even unplugged the power, so we're currently running on the battery. It's needless to say, my laptop is already under some load because I'm also running OBS Studio and I'm recording a 4K Deskcast at the same time. Okay, let's give it a few seconds for the model to load into memory. So the document that we are going to be reviewing is a funding application. First job, and this is the one that matters mostly for your firm, reading a sensitive document. This is the grant application. It's fake. I've made it up, but treat it as the real for a second. Imagine it's a live application with financials, the personal details, the lot. This is exactly the kind of document you would never want to paste into a public AI tool, because the moment you do, you send the client confidential information to a third-party server. So instead, I will give this document to a model that runs locally. I'm going to ask it pull out the key details and summarize the application. The Wi-Fi is off. The application data never touched the internet. It went from the document into a model on this laptop. Here's the limiter, because on a machine like this, a short application is fine, but a 200-page bundle is a different conversation. And I'll be straight with you when we get there. LM Studio is smart enough to understand, so it checked the length of this document that we just provided. It realized that it can follow the process of full content. That means it read the full file, converted it, and loaded into its context window then and there. While it's generating, let me talk a little bit about what else is available. Currently, I'm running without any prompts. So the system prompt, custom fields, it's all empty. I have only 2 plugins loaded, one that allows me to run the local Python code, and another one is straight out of the box the RAG for actually loading the documents. I don't have a working directory connected, and this is pretty much a configuration that is by far the most stable it allows to run it. So I have switched off the thinking for it because that's good enough and we'll be able to process without the thinking. AI currently summarized what it needs to do and how it's going to approach it. It realized there is no tools needed because we've provided all of the information in. So these tools that we loaded are necessarily going to be used. And now it reasons and provides a plan on how to best address the task at hand. Needless to say, if you were to do it on a more permanent basis, what you would do, you would create your own system prompt for this type of tasks. You will save it as a separate preset. That way, whenever you're reviewing the local applications, you probably have a particular standard to review, a particular metric to apply. You will be able to have multiple presets that allow you to load for individual local tasks. If you do need to call on other local systems, You can start and edit your own MCP JSON file local that will allow you to integrate additional systems that could be local to you on the same machine or within your corporate network, like perhaps your CRM system or a database. So it doesn't necessarily need to be isolated to your laptop. You can integrate additional data sources that sit within your network. Okay, so here's the AI now provides additional information. It made the plan, has an overview summary about that this is EcoCycle Innovations that's seeking 48,000 over 12 months, and it's pulling a general summary of the application. You can see the generation isn't super fast, but it is working. While it's generating, let's quickly have a look at the resources consumed. You can see our GPU is more or less maxed out, so is the memory maxed out, and the CPU is about halfway through. Okay, and here we are. This is our review of our application. Now that we got the review, we can start reasoning around it. For example, we can ask, are there any contradictions? There you go. I double checked for some key facts, financials, that it's all adds up, scope, target audience, sustainability versus budget, and arrived with the agreement that it's highly consistent. Right, so the second demo. Now it reads the documents fine, but can it actually build something? This is the task people assume needs a big cloud model. Let's test that assumption. Write Python code that generates random txt files, 1 megabyte each in this folder, keep to max 5 files. What's going to happen in this example, it's going to write the Python code in this case, which is completely random sample. It will write and execute that Python code and try to do it in such a way that it does not require any dependencies to install in this case. So it will reason, it will create the Python code, it will execute it. Let me be clear, this does not compete with the cloud version of whatever model you have access to. This is slower, but slower isn't the same as unusable. For a script like this, the wait is measured in seconds, perhaps minutes. The point isn't to beat the cloud on a raw speed. The point that the work happens on your local machine for free and nothing is leaving it. Slower but private beats fast but forbidden every single time. So where does this actually fit in? Use local AI when the data is sensitive and the task is contained, such as rewarding or summarizing a confidential document or drafting from the client information that can't leave the building. Quick code script on a machine with no access to the internet by policy is another good example. A laptop like this does the job at the cost of electricity. Now, don't use this when you need the fastest, smartest model on a huge document, or when the data is never confidential anyway. If it's a public marketing blog, just use the cloud. Matching the right tool to the job at hand, given the contents, is the whole point here. This is the governance question that most firms haven't answered yet. It's not should or should we not use AI, but which AI for which data in what circumstances. Get that question right, and you remove the most of the risks without banning anything. So here we are, a 3-year-old laptop with no dedicated GPU that can run useful AI fully offline. Okay, so we generated our code, and now we say proceed. Of course, in other environments, you can tick the boxes and fully and completely trust it to generate and run the code for you. And we also have the result. Go and open the folder. This is our 5 files generated, and these files have text to the exact size. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, can I suggest you watch this one where I run a capable local AI agent on a dedicated GPU on a machine with a bigger Ollama model. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.